Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia for today. We're going to be jumping to another session of Epic 7. Now today, got some more summoning for you guys. As you can see, we're not in RTA. Retired PvP gamer here as a washed up champion RTA player. Yeah. So, if you're wondering why I'm a retired PvP gamer, go check out yesterday's video. I'm sure you will love the experience. Experience it with me, right? Go ahead and watch the whole thing. You'll see what we're talking about. Alright, but let's go ahead and do some summoning here, because what better use of units than to go into PvE and Guild Wars with. So we're going to head over and go for Lua now. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on Lua as we summon, but before we do that, don't have my free daily summon. My antivirus decided to lag out my entire system, so that part of the video was just unrecoverable. But what I do have for you guys is a 4 to 5 hero summon ticket. Let's go ahead and see what we get here. And we're getting a Clarissa, so that's pretty cool. I will definitely take that. Okay, so now going in for Lua, we have quite a few bookmarks saved up, thankfully, from a lot of the anniversary events. So let's go ahead and see what we get. I'm going to go for single pulls here. Now, Lua is a unit that is absolutely disgusting, and I don't know what Smallgate was thinking when they made this, because it's a 120 base speed, correct me if I'm wrong, 120 base speed ranger, which is really fast, by the way. Not as fast as Ron or Para, 129 and 128 base speed respectively, but a very respectable base speed. And she has a soul burn that ignores effect resistance. Now we've seen stuff like this before, right? But she specifically resets everyone's cooldowns by 1 turn. Which means that even if you have cleansers like DJB, ML Calric, high resist units, it doesn't matter, because you will not be able to use your skill because Lua can soul burn and ignore all resistance. Now 120 base speed is really solid for what she can do. Other units that are really oppressive back in the day, like I'm talking back in the day, was like Basar's buff. Basar got buffed and he was absolutely disgusting. Shut down so many teams, so many team comps, and he was running so rampant that Smallgate had to create Holiday Euphine just so people would take him off of their defenses. Basar was crazy. Now, of course, Basar is very, very slow, and that was his check. I feel like we're seeing less of these types of check these days with units like Lua. Now, Lua is a must-pull, in my opinion. Ever since I saw her kit teased, I was like, yeah, that is a unit that definitely have to go for. She's insanely strong, and I really hope we get her, and I hope we get her artifact as well. That would be quite nice. I kind of don't want to spend the powders for the artifact, so hopefully we pull it before we pull Lua here. So far, no luck, but we've been getting a couple 4 stars here and there, which isn't too bad. Now, people have been saying stuff like, you know, oh, I can't believe Smallgate's releasing Lua after trying to nerf Hua Young and stuff, and I don't know if I'm ready. I guess I'll give you a little bit of a preview into my thoughts on that. Not many of you guys watch these summoning videos anyway, so hey, hopefully it's not going to cause a big stir in the comments, because please don't. Please don't. Retired PvP gamer here, right? So yeah, don't be too serious in the comments with me. I think the biggest travesty was that Lua was available for use in RTA. Now, as of recording this video, she's been banned, globally banned, as of this morning actually, before I went to work, which is nice, but that should have been the case from the beginning, especially with such a strong meta-defining unit like Lua. People are already building her 290, 295, I can see people building over 300 speed on her already, and it's quite crazy. Oh, please be Lua's artifact. Please be Lua's artifact. And we get Iron Fan. Wrong Ranger artifact. Okay. But yeah. like I was saying, Smilegate really, I mean, they changed it so that, you know, if something's released within 2 weeks of the RTA season ending, then they will ban it. I think that should have been the case to begin with. It was so close to a week, right? It was like 9 days before the end of the season that Lua was released. Really should have been banned. And not, especially with such a strong hero, right? Should not have been available. That's my main grievance, but they remedied that pretty, well, relatively quickly. I wouldn't say pretty. If it was pretty quick, they would have remedied that within a couple hours, but yeah, that's really my main complaint. Now, when it comes to things like Hua Young's nerfs, I will come out publicly, and I've said this before, I'm 100% against nerfs of any kind. I absolutely hate fighting Hua Youngs. Not the worst character that I've fought against. You guys have seen me beat Hua Youngs pretty consistently over the past few videos. And of course, we lose to Hua Youngs too, but I blame that on the dual attack RNG. Adley, ooh, good luck charm are we gonna get? 5-star here. But yeah, Hua Young is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of things that are difficult to manage in the game. Like, people are now complaining about A-Ravi and wanting bans for A-Ravi, and this nerf just opens up a whole can of worms that I really think is bad for the game. You don't want to nerf things in a gacha game like this because it's really unhealthy for the consumer, for you guys, for me, because at the end of the day, it costs them nothing to change a unit's stats or an artifact's stats for better or for worse, but it costs us time and money. You've invested time into these units, and some people have invested money into these units. Some people even went out of their way because they knew the unit was good to potentially spend and get them later down the line. Now, with Hua Young, I don't feel like she needed a nerf. They could have gone about like they were doing by creating counters and other things, but we now see various side effects from this, right? Now people want other units nerfed, like A-Ravi, like Rimuru, like C. Lilius, like Aola, and it won't stop, because once you hit those units, you're going to have another group of meta units, and people are going to want those hit as well, and then so on and so forth. And it's much healthier for the game if they continued buffing older units and giving them a better niche, or improving their current niche so that they can, you know, counteract and become counterweights to some of the more prominent units in the meta. Take DJB, for example. I loved using him even before his buff. However, after his buff, you've got to say, nowadays you're seeing DJB getting first picked quite often. DJB is fantastic into units with barriers. Not only does he have a CR push, but he also gives immunity. He has faster turn cycling now as well, because his S2 gives him an extra turn. He's turned into a fantastic unit from a pretty mediocre unit, right? So I feel like balance changes like that are the most welcome, instead of trying to hit things. Now, a part of me is kind of in this dilemma where I'm like, you know, Hua Young getting hit, nice, right? I don't like dealing with her, I don't like fighting her, and I don't really want to waste a ban or pre-ban on her most of the time, because they're, you know, bigger fish to fry. Now, it's a conflicting feeling, right? But then you look further into it, and you notice that, wait a minute, you see things like, well, my Yoha's now useless, unless someone decides to put an A-Ravi on defense, but even then she has an AoE on S3. So you have these units that you built specifically to counter her that no longer have their niche, and of course their niche was that Hua Young was very popular on defense, so you use them, like Yoha, to build a Guild War offense around them. You could make the argument that, hey, you no longer need your Yoha because Hua Young's would be taken off defense if she really was hit that hard. We'll have to see about that, and, you know, time will tell. She might still be good at her niche of destroying bruisers, who knows. But the other thing is, you have other people who have invested a ton into things like Uberius' Tooth. Oh, we got her. and they're complaining and want a recall on that. So, you know, you have a lose-lose situation with nerfs. You have loses with people with the unit built, you have loses with people who built, I guess losses. You have losses with people who built the unit, you have losses with people who built artifacts for that unit or other things to support that unit, and then you have people who have losses based on the counters they've built for that unit. Overall, I'm against nerfs, but the game crashed, and I can't help but feel a little bit of satisfaction about the fact that she did get hit. A-Ravi is still, in my opinion, a bigger problem to deal with, but now we have one less answer to that unit. Right, but we got Lua in the end. Let's shift our focus here, and let's see what happened. So I crashed because apparently Lua was too strong, or Smilegate's like, hey, stop talking about Hua Young here. That is not the point of the video, and so we have her right here, but my inventory is full. We also managed to snag her artifact. Wait, no, we didn't manage to snag her artifact. No, we got scammed, didn't we? We got scammed. It was an iron fan somewhere, yeah, so unfortunately was not able to get her artifact, but I think her artifact is pretty good, and I might end up buying it later. But anyway, guys, with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more Epic 7 content, you know, casual gaming content, totally not going to be just back in RTA tomorrow. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.